What is up, my lifted legends? It's your boy Adrian here, and we are back on H1Z1 here today. I know it's been quite a long time since I've actually played H1Z1 live on stream, but I do still somewhat play it off stream, and I'm really getting back into it, especially now that a lot of the issues that I actually had are fixed, and they're actually getting ready to jump into Season 4. So I'm trying to stay optimistic and see what's going to happen with Season 4. So far, I am highly addicted to the free-for-all game mode since it dropped, and I just can't help but play it, so that's why this gameplay clip is in the background. This was actually a clip I recently got, and I was just messing around. This was like my first game back within like a week or so. So just enjoy the gameplay, but we are about to go ahead and cover the Season 4 update. So far, what we have in news, so far they've actually announced that they are going to continue Season 3, actually. They're going to extend it so everybody can get a chance to finish out their battle pass, and I think that is a pretty good idea because the off season, it wouldn't give us anything to do. And if you guys know, off season and battle royales is like one of the slowest points of a battle royale because there's not really any content dropping and there's nothing really to grind for. So you're just sitting on the game just playing for wins at that point. You're not really gaining anything from just getting the wins. So I definitely do agree. I think that's a great idea that they extended the battle pass. The battle pass will be extended to Wednesday, May 29th, and then on May 30th, Season 4 will be launching from there on out. And they actually have listed, they have quite a few things in mind for Season 4 of H1Z1 Ps4, which kind of interests me. They actually are thinking about the community now, and they are trying to get back into the game. They are listening to us. They actually added third-person naming. I didn't think that would ever come, but they did bring it. So that shows that they are trying to currently listen to the community. And I think we should probably give them a chance. So I'm going back to the game, and I'm going to give it the best shot possible, and hopefully they don't let me down. But one of the main things they've said so far during Season 4, they're trying to focus on having more events. So we will have a bunch of new arcade modes. They are saying it's going to be 6 new and different arcade modes that we haven't actually had the chance to experience on the PS4. So I'm quite interested to see exactly what arcade modes they chose or what they've came up with for the PS4. And it's not just including the third-person ADS. Yes, third-person ADS is out now, but it is only in arcade mode. But the thing with that is they're currently working to put it into all game modes, so it's not gonna just be an arcade mode event. It will be here permanently, and that's also another reason why they're extending the season, because they want us to also just mess around with the third person ADS and give feedback on that also, which I think is a pretty good idea. It was kind of buggy, and I've noticed they have already added a sensitivity menu for it, so you can adjust your sensitivity with third person ADS. Now I definitely have to go back and give it a shot because I have not gave it a chance recently at all. I played one game with it and I didn't like it because the sensitivity was off, but now they've actually added sensitivity settings for third person. I definitely do want to give it another shot. I probably will post some gameplay of it here in a bit. And they are also announcing that they will be giving out our rank rewards. As long as you hit the rank by May 29th, you're clear to receive all the rewards that are set up. So far, we have the gear conveys, pretty much the shoes. There's some chucks, they're pretty decent. We also have the gold Chronos watch, which I think is pretty swaggy. For hidden platinum, you get the Insurgency AR. Then diamond, the survivalist name card. And for master, finally, the fancy hat. I kind of feel like these rewards were a little bit weak sauce. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You know, I like to keep it real over here on the channel. I like to be honest with my lifted legends. I don't feel like those rewards were good enough. They're decent looking, but for the people that actually did grind to get the ranks, I made it to platinum. I may still attempt to go ahead and hit master, but I don't like the rewards rewards. I like them, but I feel like they could have been a lot better. They could have given us crowns, especially for the people that actually hit master, considering the fact they always like doing microtransactions and putting out different cosmetics for people to buy. I figured that would be something nice for master. And then from there on down, I mean, they could really go anywhere with it. The camo was a great idea. The watch was a pretty cool idea. But it's like the shoes were pretty basic and the name card I felt were pretty basic. I felt like they could have did a bit more with that, or gave a limited edition mask, or something limited edition that's really swaggy. I mean, those items are limited edition, I assume. I'm not sure if we're getting the same rewards next season, which I highly doubt. But I definitely feel like it could have been a lot better and a lot more unique, to set the tone for it. But I mean, at least they gave out season rewards in general. I actually like the fact they actually did that. And also they were saying with the third person ADS update, they will be adjusting the recoil patterns, because the recoil is slightly different between first and third person. So they're trying to make sure they get those on the same boundaries. That way they can implement it into all the other game modes, and it will become a staple of the H1Z1 Ps4 franchise, which I think is a good idea, because that's what we've been asking for. Well, that's what the community in general has been asking for since the game first released. And now that we actually are at that point, I'm actually really proud of them for that. I feel like they're somewhat on a turnaround. But that's all they actually announced for the Season 4 Battle Pass. But I do have a list of things I feel like could be added to H1Z1 that could make the game a lot better. These are just 5 of my general thoughts and ideas that they could possibly do to make the game better and make it a longer lasting experience, rather than us just playing for a week and then going back to whatever we were doing, because I know that's a common thing to do with H1, because they don't really put out too much content. But these 5 things, well, these few things I have, really do seem like they would help the game a lot, in my personal opinion. Starting off, I would honestly go ahead and get a new map. The new map is definitely needed. I feel like this map's kind of stale and worn out right now, especially due to the fact that we didn't really get an influx of content. There wasn't a lot of major content released in specific when the game first came out, and it's not like any weapons changing the map, and it's been the same scenery the entire time. So I do feel like that's time for a change. It's definitely needed. That's top of the line. I feel like a new map would definitely bring in a lot more people back to the community, because a lot of people don't really dig this map. I mean, it's a great map and all, but after playing it for about a year or so with no new weapons or anything added to it, it can be a little bit old feeling, more or less. So I do feel as if the new map is needed. Maybe a snow map. They don't have to in particularly do a snow map. They could do a beach theme. It could be literally any theme they can think of off top of their head. But we definitely just need a new map in general. I feel like that'll add a big touch to the game. I feel like that'll show that they're actually working on something major for the game itself, and that they're actually trying to produce more content for us to have a longer lasting experience. Also, going along with that, we need new weapons. I know I keep saying weapons, but we definitely need new weapons. And I don't mean novelty weapons such as the Deagle. The Deagle was added. It was a great idea, but I feel that's more or less a novelty weapon. I don't feel like that was a serious weapon. Like, I would like to see an AR or an SMG. We also already got the M1 SOCOM, so that's a DMR. Unless they want to add a different sniper, more or less, they could, because they already have the M40 bolt action. I think a Barrett 50 cal would be nice and reasonable. I really think that would fit into the game. I really think that would be something reasonable and that they could actually make happen. That would be nice. But an AR or an SMG would also be solid, because I know a lot of you guys, especially me myself personally, I definitely enjoy close quarters and longer range gunfights, but not sniping distance all the time. I would like to see a new AR added primarily, because right now I feel like my favorite AR in the game is still the Cage, hands down, and it has been since the game released. But fortunately enough, they have buffed the AK-47. Whatever they did to the AK-47 in the last patch, it is exactly where it should be now. There is no it is no teared frames when you use it anymore. I remember there was an issue with the AK where right before you ADS in, it would like kind of be like a delay, and when you shoot, it would like it would skip frames to a certain extent. And I feel like the fact that that's fixed, that's made that actually a decent weapon. I feel like that's a viable weapon now. I was using it when I was playing FFA earlier, and I was really mind blown at how far that weapon has come. So I really do like that idea. Also, if they don't want to add new weapons, they could add in weapon variants. Now, I was thinking they could probably go with like a color scheme such like Fortnite has, but well, a rarity system more or less like Fortnite has. I think that would be a great idea, but to put their own spin on it, I definitely feel as if they should have it to where it comes with different attachments. Nothing to really make the gun OP, but each variant gets a more detailed version of the gun. Like more attachments, better detailed as far as camo or the skin on the weapon. It might have like a special skin or something like that if you purchase it, which I could see them putting a paywall behind. That's reasonable. That would actually be something nice as far as like the skin goes. But the actual weapon variant, I think they should probably like add in suppressors and different things of the sort on different weapons just to switch up the experience. Even if they don't bring in new weapons, I feel like weapon variants would definitely add to the game, and it would switch up what we would get. They could change the reticles, they could add extended clips, they could change the recoil pattern due to the fact you have a grip. It's so much different things you can do with weapon variants that I really feel like would fit in this game. Also, better arcade mode items. The arcade mode items are nice, but I feel like a lot of that stuff is just holiday themed. I mean like legitimate arcade mode clothing, rare items. Not even clothing. It could be camos, it could be camos, skins for your vehicles, all kinds of different stuff. Different mask skins, like the mask I have, that's a limited edition mask. It never came back out. That's why I really like that mask. That's why I always wear the skull mask, because it's so rare. No one ever had the chance to get it afterwards. And I really feel like we need more stuff like that in the game to actually boost up people playing arcade mode, because I don't really feel like a lot of people play arcade mode, and I know that's what they're trying to do. And for the final thing I think that would save H1Z1, we need a marker system / call out system. Apex has introduced it, and pretty much every battle royale is trying to implement it in a way at this point. And I really do feel like it would be something nice to the game, especially for the people that don't have mics and constantly run duos and squads and stuff like that. I know it's not really too many people out there that don't have mics at this point, especially in the PS4's lifespan, but we do have to think about the people that are, micless. We do have to think about those people. I really feel like that's a major thing. And that would add to team communication as far as like calling out vests or weapons or ammo. I think that would be nice. Even if it's just like a marking system, your character doesn't have to say anything. I'm not asking to go that far. But at least just, a little marker system. It pops up for a split second. It shows you probably for like 30 seconds and then it goes away. Something like that I really feel like would be solid for the game. But that's everything covered in Season 4's update, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. And also in the comments section, guys, let me know, what will it take for you to come back to H1Z1, and have you actually came back to H1Z1 to try the third person ADS? I'm generally interested to know, guys. So get at me in the comments section, and I'll catch you Lifted Legends in the next video. Peace.